Hello. Tonight, an extravaganza in reviewing pleasure. We will be reviewing not one, not two, but 9 separate films in the full-length animated feature known as Robot Carnival. Enjoy. So what are we talking about? We're talking about Robot Carnival. Why are we talking about Robot Carnival? Because remember the Animatrix and everyone was like, oh my god, it's a bunch of short stories by a bunch of different anime directors. And everyone was like, oh my god, this is the greatest idea ever for animation. That's because they stole it from this. This came first. That's right. Originator. Know your history. Shame on you. Robot Carnival. Anime's answer to Fantasia. You don't know what Fantasia is, you're too young to be watching this. Get out of here. Robot Carnival is a full-length animated feature which contains 9 separate animated stories by different directors telling pretty much completely separate stories. They kind of tie into each other, sort of, not really. Most of them have nothing to do with one another other than they're all in the same movie and they all have robots. It's actually really good. There's very little dialogue, but they're not focusing on the music like Fantasia. Fantasia was about animating to this music. This is not like that. This is using limited or no dialogue with the music to tell a cool story. Opening. Malfunctioning robot extravaganza totally rolls over this desert village with these people who make little squeaky noises. I don't know why they're all brown and they make squeaky noises, but they're all brown and they make squeaky noises. And nobody listened to that weird motherfucker at the beginning who saw the flyer and ran. And it turned out he had the right fucking idea, because Robot Carnival comes to town, you get the fuck out of there. It is serious entertainment. We're going to blow your minds and your house up. You will have a good time. I don't give a fuck. Robot Carnival. They had little ballerina bombs. Okay, that's the only way I can describe them. They were ballerina bombs, right? They came off, they did the little plie all the way down to the ground. They curtsied in front of the dude and then exploded. What a polite murder machine. Why, thank you very much. Stab, 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 stab. Shit! You know how you know it's the Robot Carnival? Because it literally says in giant fucking letters on the front of this fucking thing, Robot Carnival! It may as well be the fucking Monty Python opener! Monty fucking Python! Franken's Gears. Your first main story is Franken's Gears. If it sounds like Frankenstein, that's because it is. Only the monster's a robot. There you go. No dialogue, interesting ambient music, nice little weird quirky 80s sound effects. It's very 80s. It's nice. It's a nice little story. It goes its route. It's not very long. It kind of is tragic. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of tragic. Kind of funny. But still tragic. He made it and it fell on him. I would say this one is enjoyable enough. You don't need to skip it. I mean, you could watch it in the background. You're doing yourself a disservice, but yeah, you could totally watch it in the background. It's fine. Deprive. Oh man, Deprive is so badass. This should be its own feature-length movie. Let me just break down what happens in this like 7-minute short. It's the future. Dun dun dun. All right, you're interested already. I know, so am I. Robots and humans coexist. You can date a robot can date you. We are harmonious in our love for technology at this point in human history. Then these motherfuckers from the 80s invade, and you can tell, look at this head guy. Oh yeah, that's only in the 80s. These motherfuckers invaded from the 80s and had high-tech 80s robots. So what happens is the robots invade and they're tearing shit up, and then they see purple-haired chick. They kidnap purple-haired chick. But in doing so, they steal her from her robot man, and that shit don't fly! So Robot Man gets himself a human hologram and goes to beat some motherfucking 80s robot ass! And it's awesome! I love Deprive. Deprive is super awesome. Watch Deprive. The music's awesome. The animation is great. You know what's going on. You get to see him be all Terminator. It's cool. It's literally the best parts of any action romance you've ever seen. mean? You don't need dialogue. You know what's going on. You know when Green David Bowie is laughing, you know he's laughing at you. Presence. Presence is a little out there. Now, let me clarify. This one has limited dialogue. I like the animation style. The story itself is weird because why would you build a rape victim and then freak out when she doesn't want to get raped? Her and her ugly ass gem reject outfit. The Misfits didn't want any piece of this bitch. He built her and then she didn't want to get raped, and so he murdered her, which is no way to go, Clockwork guy. I don't know how to... It's all like Victorian future, but not steampunk. I'm not gonna say steampunk because it's not. It's like Victorian robot future. Yeah. You might like it. You might not. You might go, Dave, why did you make me watch that? Mostly so I could hear you say that. Starlight Angel. Once again, no dialogue, fantastic animation, good music, and it totally starts off with like Final Fantasy music. That's Final Fantasy fucking music right there. Yeah, they're at Robot Disneyland. Robot Seizure Mountain, all the things are robots, the robots serve you. And then you find out this motherfucker is not a robot and Bender would be furious. What do you mean Fleshbag is taking hard-working robot jobs? He would be pissed. It's basically like an 80s romance music video. That's pretty much what it is. This short was totally Take On Me. Yeah, you know, the 80s song? Most of you don't. It's pretty good. Check it out. You gotta watch them all. Suck it. Cloud. You cannot explain all of that shit with this robot boy with his permanent walk cycle walking in front of all these clouds. I don't care if he becomes a real boy at the end. Robo Nokio, yay! It does not convey what he was trying to do in the animation. The animation is very nice. The music is good. Cloud is an art piece. It's really hard to judge as an animation just because of the direction he took. So you should experience it. Probably not going to be a good experience, but you should experience it. Have fun with that. A Tale of Two Robots, Chapter 3, Foreign Invasion. I don't know why we're doing it Star Wars style, but here it is, Chapter 3. Oh yeah. It's true. I totally loves me some high old technology, because that is high low tech. Their mechs are all made of wood. The invading guy, I don't know if he's European or if he's supposed to be American, but it's kind of like a World War II propaganda piece. But he is gonna take over Japan with his giant wood burning robots. No, I'm sorry. His is run off of batteries and he's totally got to like go downstairs and get on the little bicycle and like power his shit up. The other guys have their ceremonial wooden mech, which is totally run off of steam power. So when they run out of coal, they just start ripping shingles off of it and like throwing it in there. Not good for your machine. Very good for a story. It feels exactly like you just jumped into the middle of a really good anime. Because frankly, for one of the, let's call it a talkie, because this one totally has dialogue. This is amazing and it totally gives you everything you need to know for what it's telling you right now. I kind of wish we had seen chapter 1 and 2, maybe 4, 5, but still, this also could have been its own movie, and I would have been satisfied. This thing was awesome to watch, okay? Awesome. Nightmare! So remember how I said Fantasia? Nightmare is totally Night on Bald Mountain with robots. I don't know why the chicken robot has tits, but it does. And it's creepy. I don't know why random Japanese guy got drunk and fell asleep in this alley, but he totally did. All I know is that these motherfucking robots are up to something, and this guy, he is out to get your ass, Japanese guy on your scooter. Get out of here! And then the sun comes up, and just like in Bald Mountain, it all goes away. But unlike Bald Mountain, when the sun comes up, there's aftermath consequences, because this fucking portion of town is fucked up! I don't know how they're gonna explain this. What happened to our buildings? Why do they look like fucking cactus flowers on top? I was drunk in an alley. Nightmare is super interesting. The music fits, and the animation is top notch. No dialogue. All you gotta do is watch it. It's pretty easy to follow along with. Like I said, think Bald Mountain, and you got it. Ending. Closer. Death of a carnival. It tells the story of the Robot Carnival. Before this world was, the expansive desert that it is, literally Robot Carnival would roll into town because they had like roads built for it and it used to not fuck your shit up and would just go through the town and be a carnival. Robot Carnival malfunctions to death. It hits a sand dune and falls apart and it's the end of Robot Carnival and you feel sad. It looked like it meant to bring you a smile to death. Random squeaky brown guy finds an ornament. Let's call it an ornament. And he's like, oh, look, an ornament. So he takes it back to his little hut and he opens it. And remember the little ballerina bomb? Oh, look, it's a little ballerina. And then it explodes because it's Robot Carnival. Went out with a bang. Oh, yeah. It didn't teach you can't trust robots. You should have already known you can't trust robots. There's a lot of Pinocchio-esque storytelling as far as not human, has the urge to be human, the desire, the want, the inevitability in Cloud's ultimate case. I don't know what's up with the two angels and why he's got to walk through eternity, but whatever. Overall, I found this to be completely enjoyable, in spite of the not-so-spectacular stories, because there's a couple. Overall, I love the music. The animation is top-notch. Even in Cloud, that was amazing. Ish. My official rating and my unofficial rating system, own-worthy. So own-worthy that it's mecha super awesome. Heck yeah, you should own this. It's gonna be hard to find because it's super old, good luck. But if you have it, hold on to that shit. It is priceless. This is AniView by Dave. I, of course, am Dave. You have any questions, comments, confusions, suggestions, put them below and I will get back to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Robo seizure. See you next time. I hope you have enjoyed tonight's viewing of Robot Carnival. Stay tuned. See you next time. Ooh, boobies.